Once on board the train, then the gates are closed. For your safety and those working at the studio, please remain inside the tram at all times. Hands in all four cars. Everybody's got them? Awesome. Don't wear them yet, you guys. I know they're stylish. I know you want to, but yeah, don't wear them yet. These screens are not in 3D and they will never be in 3D. You only need to wear those glasses one time, just one time. I'll let you know when to put them on. So just hold on to them for now, and then when it comes time to wear them, I promise I will let you know. Okay, you guys, hold on one quick second. See, this is opening tomorrow, and we're... You guys, I'm just making sure you're still awake. No, it's opening next year, 2026. Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. How crazy is this going to be? And you guys, look, they are literally pulling... That's the house. Oh my goodness. That is so... Our driver right now. That is so cool, you guys. I'm scared. It looks huge, right? Somebody write it and tell me if it's scary. But this is opening next year. Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. How cool is that? All right. I want to also show you the only real thing you're going to see besides me and Jim. Look on your right-hand side. This is not a set for a movie or a TV show. That's a real working fire station just for us here on the lot. Fire Station 51. If you see anybody in there, they are... That is 100% real. And as we head down this hill, wow, we're heading into our movie studio. Our studio just turned 110 years old. Our tour has been going for over 60 years, 1964. I'll tell you a very embarrassing story about me. I've been a tour guide for 13 years, which is that's a long time. We've been doing the tour since 1964, and came up to me after the tour, and he asked me if I was one of the first tour guides in 1964. You guys, I don't know if you can see my... Do I need Botox? I don't know. I have been here a long time, not quite since that long. Take a look on your left-hand side, you guys. You're going to see these movie posters, just a few of our over 8,000 movies that we have made right here on our lot. So in just a second, we're going to head into the biggest, the busiest, the oldest, and the best working movie studio. Now, I want you guys to pay close attention to the last poster, all the way at the bottom of the hill on your left-hand side. The very last one is for the movie that won the Academy Award last year for Best Picture. That's the movie Oppenheimer. We just had the Oscars like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but that won the Academy Award last year. I am going to talk a little bit about for Wicked. That is our big movie musical. I mentioned the weeks ago. Wicked won for costume design, production design, and it's already streaming. It's streaming on Peacock. If you haven't seen it, by the way, that's just part 1. Part 2 is going to be in theaters right around Thanksgiving. I'm so excited. On the side, you're going to see all these bungalows. Now, these are all offices for writers, directors, and producers. And sometimes if a celebrity is producing their show, they'll give them one of these bungalows to work out of. And my favorite story to tell people is I was giving a tour just like this many years ago, and Jennifer Lopez was just like standing 10 feet away from the tram. She was doing a show here called World of Dance. And I'm giving a tour, J-Lo standing there, and I tried to get her to be best friends with me while I was on microphone. And she does not. She does not want to be best friends with me. That's okay. I'm going to keep trying with another Lopez. Look on your left-hand side. It's not Jennifer Lopez, it's George Lopez. Yes. He's got his show Lopez versus Lopez. They film in this big building on your left-hand side. Okay. If this is your first time on the tram, I have to point out one last poster on your left-hand side for the show St. Dennis Medical. It's so cute. If you haven't seen it, I love that show. They got picked up for a 2nd season, so we're so excited. Okay. We've seen the sound stages where they film the insides. Now it's called Brownstone Street, and I'm going to show you what it looked like in the movie Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey.
Raise the door! I'm in the shower!
There it is, 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 there it is.
Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now. Great.
All right, you guys, the next sets are probably the most famous on the backlot, the most movie. We're going back to the future. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you a secret. Up on your screen is the clock tower that we all know and love, right? If you look on your left, it looks a little different, right? The pillars are different and the clock is different. There's a very good reason for that. This area became famous from Back to the Future, but they still film here all the time. And for my adults on board, the clock tower is the high school in that show Ted that I mentioned. So if you're old enough and you watched Ted as the high school. By the way, for my big Back to the Future fans, it's called New York Street. So anybody visiting from New York, welcome home. It looks just like New York, right? Same traffic, same everything. So I'm going to let my co-host Jimmy Fallon tell you.
Yeah, Mom broke the rule because she took
Everyone,
the
welcome to New York.
selfie.
I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's that mug over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, Pascal, remember me? Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. Hey, cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
What is today's
So guys, I'm
pizza?
going to the lot, so you could come back tomorrow and take my tour. We might not get to go down it. That's why this is very cool today. They love to film a show here called American Ninja Warrior. If you've seen that TV show with the big obstacle course and they're doing all those crazy stunts, they set up the entire thing right here on New York Street. And they have filmed huge movies here like Transformers.
Thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't come on yet, just put in your hand because we're about to return to the sky.
Shot this tram driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presented to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
All right, you guys, now if you look on your right-hand side, you're gonna say, Sammy, that is the fakest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't believe a word you're saying. I'm gonna show you what it looked like in the background of an episode of Will and Grace.
We've all had our share of humdingers. Me included. One time I took a drink that said Lisa on it from my coffee place. Bad girl.
There's the backdrop, right there. It was filmed right there. Now, if you look on your right-hand side, wow, this is one of my favorite things on the back lot. This mural of our classic Universal monsters like Frankenstein and Wolfman. This was done by an artist named Tristan Eaton. And if you love those old classic monster movies, in just a little bit, I'm going to show you where. That's where they filmed The Voice, you guys, in both of those sound stages. And here, as promised, are the new coaches.
Hey, what's up, Studio Tour? It's Kelsey Ballerini.
And I am John Legend from The Voice. And we shoot our show right here in Stage 31, one of the newest stages on the lot.
These state-of-the-art sound stages allow us to bring our show to life, from the blinds to the live.
Cool.
This location, afterlife, I've never ever seen it. Yes, you're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
I can't risk going to the back.
movies play. Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
It's so funny, you guys. Yeah, it's streaming on Netflix right now. It is awesome. And if you watch it at home, it looks pretty much just like this when you watch it. It's really cool. They've been filming here, though, forever. This is where they filmed Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement with the beautiful Anne Hathaway. This was the fictional town of Genovia in that movie. Also, this was where there was a very romantic date between Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. In the Muppet movie with Amy Adams, this was Paris in that movie. But remember when we passed that mural with all the monsters and I promised I was going to show you? I know this does not look scary, but this used to be the scariest place on the back lot, and I'm going to show you exactly where they used to film all the old classic movies. This little courtyard right here with the pink wall. I know, it does not look scary, but it used to be the scariest place ever.
He's in the woods. Get out the bloody house. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Take your torches and go!
What you're doing, stay seated, of course. And if you do have an emergency or need my assistance, you can always pull that. They have closed this down many times and reopened it. They made it way more modern. But I know some of you are thinking, Sammy, this used to be the earthquake, right? Do you think we can experience an earthquake inside of here? I think so. Should we try it, you guys? Let's try it. Okay, hold on tight. Let's see if we can all feel what it's like to live in California on a daily basis. Here we go, guys. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Okay, hold on for your lives. We're gonna need a bigger tram. Okay, nobody panic. My buddy George is scuba diving out there. He'll know what to do. One second. Hey George, it's Sammy. Can you tell us what's going on with that shark? George, know if that shark is near you? All right, kids, George is gonna take a little nap right now. All right, we're gonna stop for just a second. Just like always, stay seated. We're gonna park in a safe area by some flammable gasoline. Uh-oh. That's real. Can you feel that? That is real.
You scared?
You guys, his name is
You're not?
Bruce. Bruce, the mechanical shark from Jaws. He is the only
done
shark
already.
in the world that can do
Yeah.
the backstroke, and he's gonna go right back into the water, you guys,
dead.
to scare the next tram. There he goes. All right,
Where is
the next
Sammy?
area
I think
we're
he got
going to is
eaten
called
because I saw
Old
some of
Mexico,
that.
and some of you might recognize these sets from a very funny movie called Nacho Libre. Nacho with Jack Black If you're old like me, you might recognize it from Three Amigos, one of my favorites. All right, I know I said I was going to say it 9,000 times in movies and TV shows. We're going to make some thunder, some lightning, and some rain. And actually, you guys, I'm going to do it in that order. Thunder, lightning, rain. Most of it's going to happen on your left-hand side. Don't worry, no matter where you're sitting, you're going to have a great view. Okay, let's start with thunder first, and then I'm going to add in the lightning and the rain. Here we go. Let's get it started here. Thunder coming from speakers high up above our heads. Lightning coming from a strobe light. Say, thunder only happens when it's raining. And players only love you when they're playing. You better believe it. Look on your left side, you guys. Look at that great rain. That is coming from something very fancy. It's called a sprinkler. I know, I'm blowing your minds right now. Okay, I'm going to turn the water off. Because if I don't turn it off in time, that could be bad. That could be like thousands of gallons of water just rushing right towards us. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh. This button's not working. Okay, you guys, new plan. Stay seated just like always. Keep looking on your left. And no matter what happens, don't blame your tour guide. That is the whole plan. Here it comes. A big flash flood. This area 6 Points. All the big cowboy movie stars used to film their westerns right here. And I know some of you might be thinking, Sammy, are they really making that many westerns nowadays? The answer is no. However, they film here all the time, and not just westerns. This is where Quentin Tarantino filmed his latest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They filmed right here with Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, and my future husband. That would be Brad Pitt. Yes, you guys, yes. For my adults on board, if you like a scary movie, there's a movie called Maxine. It's very R-rated, very scary, on HBO Max. They filmed all over our lot, but right here, you can see these sets so clearly. That one's just for my adults, all right? Now, we're going to get out of here. We're going to do a little U-turn. We're going to pass by that shark one more time. So I'm going to let Steven Spielberg talk about how he brought the shark here.
The Jaws ride.
Stones cars, those are my favorites. First eco-friendly cars. Harry Potter fans, the Ford Anglia is on your right-hand side. And then on your left, next to Fast and the Furious, Bumblebee, second from your end, from Transformers on your left-hand side. Now, I don't even know if these cars know that they're parked right next door to a total Psycho. Take a look on your right-hand side, the famous Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller, Psycho, one of the scariest movies of all time.
We all go on a match sometimes.
I can get tough. Are you ready? Norman, can you please get out of here? Like, pretty please, with sugar on top. Can you go inside of the Bates, like go all the way inside? Hey, I scared him off, you guys. You're welcome. I can get tough going in the trunk. Okay, new plan. We're gonna get out of here. He's gonna go back inside like it never happened, right, Norman? Is that cool? Does that sound good? No. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. He's walking towards the tram. Go faster, Jim. Ooh,
you know the movie about
he's
Bates?
such a lady killer. Why is he still staring at us? Get out of here, Norman. All right. Bye, Norman. Say hi to your mother for us, all right? And speaking of Norman's mother, take a look on your left-hand side, the house from Psycho.
Mom, look at that! You see it or what?
I see it. Oh, look at that crushed
right, you guys. We are
And
going
already,
to
see, I told you to look at it.
yes. Don't show. These are what I consider to be the most impressive sets on the back lot. This is the crash site from the 2005 movie War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise. And if you are looking at that plane on your left and you're trying to figure out if it's real or fake, it's real. That is a real airplane that they destroyed specifically for the movie War of the Worlds.
An airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision of Steve.
When you first began to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 was right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just
Sci-fi and a horror movie. That's the best way I can explain it. So we're going to see the sets from Nope. It's called Jupiter's Claim, and here is director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sharing. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a frontier town lies a sinister secret. Smack dab, center.
Oh, there was a lot of.
Welcome to the world.
All right, everybody, we're going to do a quick sound check from the movie Nope. Just sound. That's it, I promise. Seriously. You guys, I've got one last thing to show you, and you can kind of see it from here. That big blue wall over there. Okay, there's a pit in front of that wall that they fill with water, and then they digitally project an image onto that screen to make it look like we're in the middle of the ocean. I'm going to show you a couple movies that filmed right there. Now, the first one to film there was Psycho. They didn't use the blue wall, they just used the pit for water, right? It was 1960. We didn't have good technology back then. But the first movie to use that blue wall was Jaws: The Revenge in 1987. And then we started to get really good. I'm going to show you a few movies back in 2016 for Sully. And then Jim Carrey was there for Bruce Almighty, that famous walking on water scene. He came back for The Truman Show. And if you look on your right-hand side, you guys, the pit, right now there are trucks parked there, but they normally fill that with water and then they project that image onto that screen and it looks like we're in the ocean. Okay, I have not forgotten, I promised my Back to the Future fans before we ended, I would tell you about what we are calling Fan Fest nights. Now there are nights between April 25th and May 18th. It's a separate ticketed event. If you are a fan of Back to the Future or Star Trek or Dungeons and Dragons, it is going to be so cool. And for my Back to the Future fans, you get to walk around the sets. There
Here up, this one here table.